What's up guys, welcome back to Tractor City. I'm Ashton Pierce. Today we're going to take off the LB 1100. So we have the LS MT235 with us. It's already hooked up tractor loader backhoe, and I'm just going to show you the quick disconnect on it and how to take it off and on. Let's check it out. Let's get it started. Coming to the back, what I did here is I've already got a 3-point stance for us. So down riggers are down on both sides, and then I've got the bucket down as like a 3-point stance. And what this is going to do, it's going to balance the tractor for you, or I'm sorry, it's going to balance the backhoe for you, so when you take the tractor off it, okay? So I'm already balanced, and I'm going to reach down. If you want to come over here, James, get those 2 pins down there. That's your quick attach pins. So I'm going to go on the other side. I'll take them off. And they say it's a quick attach because literally there's 2 pins. Underneath here, we got these little linch pins, and then you just pull the pin out. Done deal. Same thing on the other side. Second pin. Your next move, which I already did, put my downriggers down and my bucket. I got my base and I'm ready to pull away. And what I want to do, if you want to go on that side, James, I'm going to show you guys what's actually happening. So from the back here, this backhoe has this huge subframe. If you follow that frame all the way, comes all the way to the front of the tractor here. And what we did is we added a mount to the tractor here and a mount to the back. This main frame is now part of your backhoe, and it's actually going to slide out. So when we pulled those 2 pins out, it frees this to slide away. So that's what I'm going to do now. And see what's going on here. See these lines, these hydraulic lines? They made these long for you. There's a reason. So you can pull away. You got a little distance to pull away. Then you lock your e-brake up. And we're free. So at this point, I'm ready to take off my hydraulic lines. So now I can kill the tractor. And I've got a couple connections here. Quick attach setup. So it's pull this pin back here and you can slide out this hydraulic line, and we got same deal over here. So you got these two lines. Once I disconnect these 2 lines, backhoe's free. I can pull out the rest of the way. Okay? One thing to know, before we pull these lines off, make sure we drop our backhoe down to the belly. And reason being is because if I leave the backhoe up on the stance like this, it's going to put pressure back in these lines. So when I go back to hook the backhoe up, I'm going to have a hard time getting these back on. There's going to be so much pressure. So in order to relieve that pressure from the get, we're going to drop the backhoe back down literally on its frame underneath here on the belly. Once we're down on the way, these rams won't have all the pressure in them to push back in these lines, okay? So I'm going to start it back up. So James, look down there at my downrigger. See how the clearance I have now? So we know we're flat there. Same thing with my bucket, all the way down. Now you notice the frame down here is literally touching. So all I want to do is keep enough pressure on the front, just so my frame's flat. Now at this point, I can turn my tractor off and undo these lines. number 1. And then they got little caps on here for you so you can keep it clean. Other side goes into the back of the tank. Same deal. Quick connect. Cap to keep it clean. This cap, same deal. Okay? We're literally free. Nothing's hooked up anymore. Hydraulic lines are unhooked. Backhoe's fully unhooked. I can drop my pins so I don't forget them. Snap these guys back in the bottom, right? Next move. From this point, our backhoe's set up. We can leave it in the shop, we can leave it out on the farm, whatever you're doing with it. We still got one more step. Because the backhoe was on here, what we did is we added a line that runs the fluid, right? So we got our powertrain fluid going into the backhoe, comes back out the other line, back into the tractor. Because it's disconnected, there's no continued flow. So all we're gonna do here is that pigtail that we had installed, we're now going to connect the power line. So that's where the flow's coming through. That's where your fluid's coming through, right? Back into your tractor, pull our coupler down. Locked in place, right? So now, once again, power, sending the fluid, going back into the tractor. So we're good to go. All gets disconnected here. Frames off, done. Okay? Next move, we're gonna put the backhoe back on. First step, bring the tractor back to our position. We're close enough, because we are already here. So I got my line close enough. I've got my other line close enough. Good to go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rehook up. So I've actually got power to the backhoe. We're pretty much doing the reverse setup, what we just did. Lift the backhoe back up. We need to get this bar lined up with our slot. Same idea in the front. So same exact way. This same bar is gonna slide in this slot. If you wanna go to the front, James. Same deal. There's that second mount that we had added on. It's gonna slide right in there. If you notice, it's a little bit thinner of a bar than the one on the back, but it's gonna slide right in this groove. So we're just lining those up. That's what's gonna take a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm disconnecting the line on the tractor. So once I've done this, I got no more 3-point arms, right? Flow's going nowhere. Connect it back into my my backhoe. And the backhoe is usually color coordinated for you, which the red is gonna be your power supply. Same deal, pull the coupler back. Locked in. We got our power coming in. Now it's gonna go back into the tractor. On this opposite side is your dump tank. Same deal, pull the sleeve back. Oh. Locked in place. And then this pigtail is just gonna sit here for when you're ready to just use it without the backhoe. Okay, hydraulic lines hooked back up, good to go. We're gonna turn the tractor on, fire it back up, lift it back up to height, and then I'll guide it back in. Let's see. Okay, tractor's on. I've got my flow going, so everything should be working correctly. Let's see if this downrigger works over here. Got power. Got power. So I'm gonna lift this guy up. What I'd like to do here is I'm gonna line up this bar first. So I'll use my downriggers first just to get the height. And then I'll use the bucket to get more of an angle. But essentially all I'm doing is just getting the height, lining it up, right? So I feel like I have the back bar lined up before I back into this thing, I'm gonna go to the front of the tractor and check the front mount and make sure it's lined up. So if you notice right here, it looks like the bar that's sliding in, it looks a little high. So because this guy's going up, I'm just gonna go to the back of the backhoe again, take my bucket, press down on it, and it should tilt it back down for me, right? Hey James, you mind going down there and watching that with the camera and give me the thumbs up when it looks lined up? Perfect. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so now I've got everything lined up. I'm gonna drop my 2 pins back in. And then I gotta put these linch pins underneath it again. Both my pins are locked in, hydraulics are hooked up. Now I can lift my downriggers back up. And then remember, on these backhoes, they've got locks on the downriggers right here, both sides. And then same thing for our actual backhoe boom. There's a main lock right here at the joint. Locked in right there. So now we've got LB 1100. We took it off, we took it back on, hydraulics, fittings, everything. Full setup. Remember, when you're taking this backhoe off, don't forget, drop it on its belly. You don't want to have any pressure back in those lines. It's really hard to get taken care of. Remember that note. If you do, take a hammer in the nipple on the end, and it'll help out with the pressure. Besides that, that's pretty much it. Remember, this is the LB 1100 series. This same frame, same setup, besides the hydraulics, it's gonna be the same for pretty much every LS model, excluding the MT1 series and the MT235S. All the other models are gonna be the same way. Same hookup, same everything, except the hydraulic lines are all a little bit different. That's it. Thanks, guys.